And welcome back, everyone, to the final match here for Group J. It is going to be FXOJKS up against FXOJKS for the final set. These guys did face off in match number 2, I believe, and Choya took it down 2-1. Of course, Choya then falling to Mana and JKS coming through Sting. So let's jump straight into it. We do have, of course, down here at the bottom right-hand corner, we have FXOJKS as our blue Zerg. At the same time, we have him going for a hatch first into pool. I'm surprised that Choya didn't actually manage to get the hatchery block down. That's unfortunate.
I saw this in match number 2 as well. Choya wasn't sending the probes out immediately, and he got several hatches down.
Okay. Anyway, at the same time, we did see a Nexus first coming in from Choya into a gateway, not a forge. We have seen him change this up. If he sees hatch first, he decides to delay that forge, get that tech moving a little bit quicker with the cybernetics core. Still gets a forge for the upgrades later on. However, it seems to be his personal little trick to do there. So
it also allows him, if he wants, he can get a couple extra zealots out and pressure this, force Zerglings to have to come out for JKS. You know, kind of delay that drone count a little bit. And you see that the forge is on the way, so we'll see if he actually does decide to go for the zealot pressure. It's relatively safe, and it's going to force more Zerglings than what JKS would normally like. But it doesn't look like he is actually going to go for it. He's just going to drop a cybernetics core. So, I guess he just wants to tech up a little bit faster, like you said. Think we'll see yet another Stargate. This has been kind of like Stargate tournament for Protester Zerg.
Notice here how JKX actually came into the third, saw the probe, and was like, nah, I'm just going to go to the fourth instead. Which is very interesting. Like, we did see in one of the games that these guys played previously where JKS played so ridiculously greedy after he saw a Stargate opening, and Choya decided to tech switch out of that into a 7-gate with a couple of Void Rays, and it just outright killed JKS. There was nothing he could do about it. So maybe he's going to try and get away with being greedy yet again in this game. It could work out well. It depends on what Choya wants to do with this probe. What's he doing over here?
Cybernetics core is done. He's almost got enough gas to go for robotics if that's what he wants. But it looks like, no, he's getting up closer to 200. So, is he just going to mass sentries? That's what it looks like. Because he's spending his minerals. He's not actually dropping any tech. And he's throwing multiple sentries out.
Well, he's actually supply capped at the moment as well.
There we go. There's the Stargate. Yeah. It is a little bit faster because of the gateway first, but it's not a large amount faster. It's still pretty close to the usual timing. JKS hasn't seen this because the Overlord is just slightly out of vision, and he could get poked away by the sentries if he spots that Overlord. He knows the Overlord's there because he's got the Stargate rallied at it. So maybe he wants to show the Stargate again, be like, hey, look, I'm going for the Stargate, and then switch to the gateway pressure again. You think that would work twice?
Probably not twice, no, especially since these games were all played on the same day. But looking here, we do see this third base has been spotted by Choya. He knows what's going on, and that'll give JKS a very safe fourth if he can manage to get into the mid and late game. We do see a Void Ray on the way, +1 as well, so Choya might be going for that same type of build as we did see because he's getting that +1 attack coming through. At the same time, we got JKS droning fairly heavily straight into lair though. And he does have one Evo chamber. He doesn't like going to that Roach Warren before his lair. Something that I've noticed just from his games today. And a lot of other Zergs choose to just get it just in case.
Yeah. The extra gateways haven't come down yet, so I don't think it's that same build. It looks like he's actually going to legit do the air attack. Yeah, there we go. There are Phoenixes behind this. He's going to hit this Overlord, but the Overlord's already seen a large portion of the base, and he knows that there are, with reasonable certainty, that there are not extra gateways on the way. So now he knows, hey, I can drone. He's not going to punish me with that crazy attack. So he does have the Roach Horn on the way for safety. But meanwhile, behind that, he's droning up pretty hard. He's going to be up at 60 pretty soon. And he's adding the extra gas so he can transition out of this once the layer finishes, which it is in a second. And you think you'll see JKS do the Roach Hydra?
No, I highly doubt that. But we did see Zerglings try and come up here into the third base, but a nice force field and gateway plants. White Choya is going to stop that. He of course knows that there's a third base up there now. No other reason for that to happen.
We do have a Hydralith Den on the way from JKS, so it is. We got another player who's deciding that they're going to go for the Roach Hydra against the Stargate play. I'm totally blanking on his name. The Zerg player was doing this earlier and doing quite well with that. Ragnarok, thank you. But we do have the first Void Ray with the Phoenixes taking down this queen, but there are 3 queens coming in to help. They are off creeps. We've got to be really careful about the lifts.
Yeah, he does. We do see him moving up into the third base now. And, oh, he's actually going to come back and actually try and deal with these queens, but I don't think it's going to work. He needs to actually lift that extra queen up, and he's going to lose the Void Ray. Oh my god. Don't go back into the queen, 7 HP.
Show you, you're going to give me a heart attack. There are 8 Hydralisks on the way. And we've got armor upgrade being followed up with from Choya. Phil hasn't dropped extra gateways besides the ones he had to use to wall off at his third base. So he's on 3 gateways. He's working on closing his destructible rocks, and he's got a robotics facility and a Twilight Council on the way. There we go. We got some gateways. That was scaring me for a second because he was going a little bit over the board greedy. But now that's up to 7 gates. Oh, but his third Nexus is down, so that's not out of the ordinary.
It's not out of the ordinary, no. We do see, of course, Zergling still sitting here at the 4th base position. And the pure amount of upgrades coming out for JKS right now is quite staggering. We do see, of course, he's cutting a lot of corners. He needs to be careful about that, as it did kill him last time.
Oh, the Phoenixes flying right over the Hydras, taking a lot of damage. One of them, does go down. That looked a little bit worse because he was kind of dancing back and forth indecisively while he was on top of the Hydras. Took a little bit more damage than he needed to. Now he's going to get several of the drones. He should be able to slip away without losing another one. Yeah.
He's going to come into the main. Now, we don't actually have a Spore Crawler here just yet. So he's actually going to supply cap JKS. Oh, if he actually killed the Overlord, but of course he doesn't.
Yeah, Overlord has speed, so he didn't think he'd be able to get that without running into the Hydras. It's a reasonable concern there, and he's going to get another one down pretty low. He's doing a really good job of pressuring this and forcing Spore Crawlers. Oh, there's a Spore Crawler hiding under those Overlords. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Nice job hiding that, but we do have several Overseers just flying everywhere through Choya's main base this entire time, just staring at them with like their 7 eyeballs going, what's up? I see everything that you're doing right now. So he has scouted out this Colossus transition. That's very normal for what he's doing. And look at what Choya just realized. His robotics is walled in. He needs to kill this gateway.
Yeah, that always. Well, where is it? Oh yeah, up here. I was going to say, that's kind of a frustrating thing to have happen. We do see Overseer being picked off as well. JKS knows the entire tech structure that Choya is going for here at the moment as well. He's also going for a Spire and Infestation Pit. Likely go straight to a Hive in a second as well, just because he has that gas available. And he knows Choya is not going to be coming out anytime soon because he's not maxed out. 126 supply to 143. And JKS is now firmly on 4 bases. He's still he's still driving away these Phoenixes quite effectively.
They're in at the technically the third, kind of the 4th base, picking off some drones there and getting away before he loses anything. So nice job still keeping these relevant. He only really lost the 1. He's letting them regen energy come back, and he's denying a lot of the air units while he does as well. But JKS, if you're wondering why he's not going for the Corruptors, a game like this did happen in their first match, and Choya kept losing his Colossus out of position just randomly. So JKS is probably not even bothering with the Corruptors because he had the Infestors out last time and he was able to do this without Corruptors, was able to make by with just the Infestors. So he's going to assume that he's going to be able to do that again, and right as I say that, he makes a single Corruptor to make me look bad. 1 Corruptor. Just 1. Just to make me wrong. Wow.
Yeah. We do see creep spread moving forward quite nicely as well. And there's the Hive that I was talking about. So we're going to have high tech before Choya moves out, actually. That's actually quite interesting. Looks like he is preparing to move out in a moment.
Oh, all of the Phoenixes just got bungled.
Oh, they did too, and the Hydras are going to tear them apart. Very nice move by JKS there. He's actually got a Queen lifted, but that's not going to matter. He does see all of the tech coming through here, and Choya is now moving out into the middle of the map. And Neural Parasite is on the way for JKS as well. So he needs to buy time. He does not have Hive yet. He doesn't have. He has the Spire, of course, but he's going to be a while before they become Brood Lords to really effectively deal with this army. Look at all the Spine Crawlers going down now for JKS, trying to buy time. Choya being a little bit indecisive in the middle of the map, as we do see, of course, some Zerglings and Roaches coming into this pilot. Are they going to stop those? Oh, I was going to say those Stalkers were like barely in range of that other pylon. And nice control here by Choya, not losing a single Stalker just yet. There we go. and that has delayed him even more. We do see more Corruptors on the way. With Hive is finished, more Spines. Is he going to go to the Greatest Spire just yet? Not just yet.
Yeah,
there we go.
Choya was being indecisive because he didn't have vision on the army of JKS. If you check out Choya's vision, he doesn't actually have an observer anywhere across the map right now. He doesn't have an observer at all, actually. Did it? No, he does have the one observer. Where is it? It's with the army. Okay. It was just using that to take out the creep tumors. So he was moving out of the creep and then backing off because he didn't know if the whole army was just going to start charging at him across the creep. So he was just being really careful about it. He's going to do it again, trying to clear out these creep tumors, but you can see he's kind of being a little bit tentative, backing up, making sure his units are in good position as he moves forward. This time he will force JKS to have to engage, but the Infestors have a ton of energy on the table.
Yeah, and then we go, whoa, that was actually really nice fungals from JKS. He's actually doing quite a good job at delaying Choya into these Spine Crawlers. The Greatest Spire is not done yet, so he needs to hold here. He has no choice. The Spine Crawler is doing such a great job dealing with these Stalkers at the front. Corruptors now coming in to try and deal with these Colossi. They are targeting them down as best he can. But the pure Spine Crawler numbers are helping him out so much here, and the Colossi are falling. He does not have any more Colossi left. However, JKS is down to no army, and look at this. He's actually picking up the Infestors, as he does have an Observer there, and he's out of now out of Spine Crawlers completely. Lots of Roaches on the way.
Yeah, I think he should be able to hold this, just because he's on the creep. The Zerglings and Roaches are going to come out really quick. He is having to blink away that only sentry going down, and now these Stalkers are going to get chased down, especially since there is still a good amount of creep here. We do see blinking from Choya, but there's just more and more units, and this has bought him enough time to get some Broodlords on the way, and that's exactly what the purpose was.
Yeah, exactly.
He just wanted enough time to get a few Broodlords out, and then he was gold.
Choya getting a little bit ahead of himself there, running into a lot of Roaches. There is fungal here, there are fungals here as well. Broodlords are now out for JKS, and he still has vision of this entire army because it's still on the creep, remember. So we do see all the Roaches burrowing just to get some extra health back. We're looking at the upgrades. We're at plus. I can't actually see the plus attack. There we go. 2-1 and 0-0 for JKS compared to the 1-0-2 for Choya. But JKS is still up in supply. He's now got those Broodlords that Choya really doesn't have an answer for at this point. And he's trying to take a third base, but there's a hidden Zergling just sitting there. And looks like JKS is coming out in the middle of the map now. He's going to try and catch Choya off guard, but the Broodlords are out of position at this point. He doesn't have much of a ground army.
He needs really good fungals, because that's a lot of Stalkers. He has to make sure that he can't just blink directly under that. There aren't any Hydras left, which is another good deterrent against the blink right under the Broodlord, so he's making up for this with a lot of Zerglings, saying if you blink on top of these Broodlords, you're going to take heavy damage from the Roaches, Fungals, and Zerglings. So he's trying to use that as a deterrent, but he's being hesitant to move too far out in the center of the map with the Broodlords because they're so slow, and this map is rather big. So Choya is getting more time to try and figure out a way to deal with this, but he's not really adding anything to deal with the Broodlords at all.
No. We're looking here, though. He looks like he's getting backed into a corner.
He does still have one way out. Some of the Stalkers did get caught by a fungal, but he didn't get a follow-up fungal. Some of these Stalkers are now up here in the bottom left. He's going to blink directly in the mineral line from the high ground here.
Yeah, he is. That's a great move by Choya coming in, but there is a Spine Crawler there. And actually, he's found the one spot where the Spine Crawlers can't hit anything. Oh, that's always fun to have.
Now Choya's moving the opposite way around, so these Stalkers are being left alone as there's a big engagement.
Oh, but there goes a nice fungal catching a lot of those Stalkers here, and the Broodlords are in position now. There isn't much of a ground army to help. There's the blink by Choya coming in underneath the Broodlords, targeting them down as best he can. JKS trying to move those Broodlords out of range of those Stalkers. So many Stalkers on low health because of all the fungals and the Broodlings coming down. Is he going to be able to do it? Their Broodlings are doing so much damage here. 28 Zerglings, 2 Roaches on the way as well. More Broodlords coming in. And look at the health on those Stalkers. They're in such low health right now. And Choya is going to be forced to back off. But he still has those Stalkers sitting in the back of the base here, stopping the gas for JKS.
Yeah.
And now we
get close enough to really hit the hatchery though, and they're about to die. There's more.
Another blink underneath the Broodlords, but there's a fungal there and some Zerglings to clean that up. We do see more Stalkers coming in. Blinking forward yet again to try and deal with these Broodlords, and he will manage to clean them up eventually, but we've got the reinforcements coming out now for JKS. I'm not sure if Choya really wants to hang around right now. Yeah, he needs to back up.
Oh no, those Colossus are totally screwed.
Yeah, that's good night, Colossus. And now JKS is 85 supply up. He's sitting on 5 bases compared to Choya's only just now 4. He's going to lose a lot of these Stalkers in the middle of the map because of the Zerglings coming through. I think this might be it. JKS looking good to take down game number 1 here. Because there's nothing left to defend. Yeah, there's nothing.
He had time to do something about the Broodlords, and he just never did. He was buying time quite nicely, and I thought he was maybe try and get a Mothership out, or like get Archons or something, and he just kept going with just the pure ground army with the Colossus. And it's really difficult to deal with the Broodlords with that nice unit composition JKS had when you don't do anything specifically to deal with the Broodlords besides just playing Stalkers. And yeah, there's the GG.
There's the GG. So we are going to have a JKS go 1-up in this match. We'll be right back with our next game coming. Oh, my graphic isn't working. There we go. We'll be right back with our next game. Let's see if Choya can even up the series. Stay with us.